Welcome back, my glorious jelly beans. I'm making a very important video for you because I can see and smell a lot of things, a lot of chairs, friends, and there is going to be more excitement and more thrill coming, especially to crypto altcoins. This video, I'm going to talk to you about some strategy and some things you got to keep in mind when you participate, because we've had 2 years to buy depression altcoins, depression prices. No one believes. There's things that may be scams. And, some things I said, oh, you know what? These things might not work out. And if they're really going to work out, it's going to need more opportunity for it to prove itself. And these things are proving themselves. What I know is going to happen, though, everybody watching me right now, including the neighbors, okay? When I am not wearing any clothes, yes, you're going to be overwhelmed and dwarfed by a large number of people coming in, and they don't care about those cheap prices. They want to come in now. I know you also like coming. It's a family-friendly show, but you're going to have to take some principles and keep these in mind. When you participate, I already told you this many times, 90% core, 10% lottery. The best thing you can do to come in, allocate, you throw them into core coins. At least you know, you can always start with Bitcoin or Ethereum. A lot of people from Pulse Chain community. Doesn't matter what the spear is, the coin is, or Chainlink. If you get those right, then you're okay. But I know most people aren't. I know they won't, because they're going to feel like they're late. And it's not going to be right now, but it's going to be later on. For example, if Chainlink's $30, if Pulse is now 4.5x above day one sack, I know what's going to happen. These people are going to start throwing themselves into altcoins, and so are you. But when you participate, you can at least have some indicators on your screen that we're going to go through to at least help you along the way. So this is pDAI, and of course, I love using the pulse ratio. This is the chart I want to look at. I don't want to look at the actual USD price, but this pulse ratio, it doesn't matter what you're actually observing in terms of USD price or pulse price, but I just want to let you know, on a weekly chart, this is a weekly super trend, okay? See how it's red, it's green here? And this is on a daily. Problem, right? Dailies flip often. And I just want to show you, let's say you're buying up the top of pDAI up here. Let's say you're actually buying up the top here. Let's say you got in here and you think it's going to go like another 20x. But it comes down and it flips red here. You look what you're dealing with. You are now dealing with minus 42% from your entry. And then you're not going to take a minus 42% loss. So you lose another 78%. Do you see the problem here? Do you see the insane volatility? So as things go up and they move higher, even if you put it on a weekly chart, look at this, friends. See, if you are buying tops of anything in any other coin, let's say you're buying up here, by the time it flips red on the weekly super trend, look at this, you're down 76%. So that's why I beg you, do not sell your core altcoins to participate from here. If you want to participate, it's your DCA, your weekly wage money. Now, we'll remind you as well, Pulse Chain and PulseX are still cheap. Hex is still cheap. Chainlink is still cheap. Bitcoin and Ethereum haven't really gone their whole way, okay? Now, Bitcoin, we all know, Max Kaiser basically saying it's Wall Street coin. So forget Bitcoin for now. I mean, it's had its run. But you're getting the point. I'm trying to prepare you for what's coming next. And what's coming next is people are going to be buying worse and worse prices as they participate higher. And weekly time frames for these gamblers is too high. Weekly time frames, friends, is for us. That's for us to say, hey, let's say you have a $10,000 portfolio and you go like stock standard is, I'll buy 20 coins of $500 each. Well, if you're using this weekly super trend, you can see, oh my gosh, there's a strong community forming here. Now, I'm not talking about pDAI in particular. I'm just using an example. There's a strong community forming here, and the price dropped from the top. It already dropped 94, 95%, and now it's rounding off down here. I like this. I think I got a margin of safety. If it flips green on the weekly super trend, I'm up 2.4x. If it goes back to the top, I'm up at 6x. And this is pulse pricing. That's for you and me. What's going to happen later on, though, the best example I can show you is I'm going to show you Teddy Bear, but it's Teddy Bear's USD pricing. So the pulse pricing of Teddy Bear is still cheap. Look at this. But this Teddy Bear USD price, this is, see how we had rounded bottom, Now we're moving our way up. But you see this screw zone, friends, this zone? This is, you're starting to get too late. Like this is, it's charging up. Now, not to be a negative Nancy, I'm just telling you, like, this is like, okay, you better be ready because, or it's going to go to poopy town. If I show you the pulse pricing, look, pulse pricing on this still shows it's cheap because, look at this, it's still in the zone here. You have touched, you're still down 76% from the top, which is like a huge margin of safety. So when you're looking at this, you can still dream of this. I know it's not going to happen, friends. We're just drawing squiggly lines at the end of the day, or even higher. We can do that, screw around, screw up. It's the same game. But you're not going to get this all the time. Eventually, we're going to be moving up here, maybe, and then everyone's going to be focusing here, and now you're worried, oh my gosh, what do I do, what do I do, what do I do? Do we go down, do we go down? Well, here's the thing. This can look risky to me and you, but what if Teddy Bear starts doing this? You see that? What are you going to do now? Now, I will tell you, I'll say, no, bad boy, stay over there. Don't buy it, don't buy it. I'll tell you that 1 million times. I'm not stupid though. I'm a peanut brain. I already know the megaphone will be so loud from these green candles. It won't be Mr. B Roots. It won't be Ian. It won't even be the Teddy Bear good dudes. It'll just be the chart talking. I'm telling you, okay? It won't be them talking. Even though everyone's excited and stuff, just friends, people buy. When green candles come, told you, people now see this asset as more valuable. It's a diamond now. When there's a red candle, they say, oh, it's a rusty penny on the floor. When the green candle's up, wow, worship, worship, worship. And this is exciting and everyone's making money. What's all the commotion happen here? Honestly, you don't even need to say anything. You can't blame it on any promoter or influencer or anything else. Just the chart does the talking, and you just got to appreciate it's a game. It's more random than you think. It's more chaotic than you think. Yes, people can be like unified hive minds to do this, but this is what happens, all right? And as you start going up here, what I tell you, all right, as you start going up there, like this pop, 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 many will participate. I'm not participating up here. I mean, that's why you're a believer and you buy here, okay? But I know many of you will. Just to protect you, so I told you, 90% call, 10% lottery. You can't hurt yourself if, let's say your portfolio up there is 100 grand. You can't hurt yourself if you're throwing $500 in. You can't hurt yourself. You can lose a bit. That's a bit of a chip. That's nothing, all right? But you do hurt yourself if you're buying 30 grand worth, 30 grand, and what happens is, this is what usually happens, it actually goes up, and this is a great winner, but here's the problem. From where you got in, it's only 70%. And you don't want to get out. You're like, I didn't get in here for 70%. I put 30 grand in. And then it might do this and come back down. Now you're scared. Now, see this distance for you, friends? See, this chart looks like a big winner. But from where you get in, now you're down 35% on your 30 grand. You've lost 10K. And unfortunately, you got to deal with all the poopy heads and then hope something else happens later. But if you're participating up here, and I'm going to leave this chart on, see this daily, you're going to have to go down to a 4-hour chart. Okay, the 4-hour chart, friends, was basically what you got to be using. Let's go and let me show you what it looked like up here, at least so you can save yourself from misery. You see Teddy Bear smacked all the way up, but look, friends, you don't get a free pass, but when the 4-hour chart reverts, all right, look, man, the party might be over. It might be over, but look, man, it's not free, friends, because when it reverses here, it's minus 60%. You see? Minus 60%. So I'd like to ask you now, are you comfortable with any bullet you put in? If you're not buying into the depression zone, are you comfortable with a minus 60% loss on your bullet? Can you take that out? I know most of you are too scared to click the button. You don't sell at 60% down. You either sell minus 98% down or never. I love you, Zolfred. This is exactly, that's the crypto, by the way. Because we're here. What are we here for? We're not here for a 60% gain or even a 2x. I'm wearing a Pikachu hat, not financial advice. But that's what you're going to have to do, okay? So even though what we did was we went down into a 4-hour time frame, because why 4 hours, friends? Because honestly, 1 hour pings back and forth. There's no sense in it, okay? Most of you guys are going to get rinsed. You don't have that. But 4 hour, there's only 6 candles that print in a day with a 4-hour, and you sleep for 2 of them. So you do have a chance let's say you're offsite and you wake up in the morning before work, or you're going to go to an orange juice convention center with a Tangang or something, you at least have a chance to act. So you wake up in the morning and you go, oh gosh, what time was it here? Like, for example, over here, look at this. Over my time here, this was 4 a.m. and then it crashed back down. But when it comes back towards the moving average, look, it's about 4 a.m. the next day. You just at least have a chance to get out. So that's about what you can really do. You have to go down in the time frames. Okay. So this is, see, inverted. This is the funny part, friends. Once again, I'm wearing a Pikachu hat just to remind you, not financial advice. Smash the belly button in a non-sexual way. What does every retailer do? Why are most people losing? Most people are losing because when the candles go down and the price goes down, so let's go back to pDAI and show you, okay? What retailers are doing, and just anybody comes in, friends, you don't have to be like an actual retailer. There are people with, I'll tell you right now, there are people with $800,000 clips who are retailers. There are people with like $1 million, they're coming in, right? But they're not coming in now, they're coming in later. These people at the lows, because they're so scared, they're not using a weekly time frame like me. They're not. Or even a 3-day, or they're not. What they're doing is, because these things are so down, they don't see opportunity. Instead, what they see is they go, oh, sweet, let me go look at the 1 hour candle chart and go, oh, wow, it pumped. Oh, no, now it's dumping. Oh, let's scalp around, all right? This is wrong. 1 hour equals poop, and I'm going to draw a big poopy emoji here, but I'll make it smiley for you, okay? The 1 hour is poop. You don't want to be doing this. You're going to get rinsed. Now, obviously, I can make money on that, but 99% of people can't, so don't bother touching it. What you want to do is, in this depression zone, is go to the highest time frame. That's how you find them. You go, oh my gosh, you are so cheap. It's just that you need the balls to keep holding, right? So it's not like it's a free lunch. It's just that you understand what's happening. Now, retailers, though, at these bottom zones, they're using short time frames. We are using long ones. What happens, friends, as we go up? As we go up, now I'm not saying we are, but if we go up, what are retailers going to start doing? Up here, okay, everyone's going to be posting a monthly candle chart, okay? That's what all the retailers are going to be doing. They're going to be posting monthly candle charts up here, right? And they're going to be saying, oh my gosh, like, you know, this, look how small it is on a monthly. This is going to go up and up and up. That's what everyone's going to be doing. But you shouldn't be doing that, all right? When you get up to the top, what you got to do is you got to go down in your time frame. Why? It's because you have more weak hands participating now. So you might go down to a 4 hour up there, and you'll be looking for, let's see what pDAI did, for example. pDAI, you got to see these structures form, like this 4 hour triangle, 4 hour triangle, come back. Now, look, obviously it's not pretty. I'm not pretending it's pretty, because look, by the time it confirms that you're down 50% from the top, but at least you have an idea of what I've shown you. You go 90% call, 10% lottery. You can't go wrong with any skills or anything. You can't go wrong if your risk is low. That's it. You just can't go wrong. But when you do participate, you're playing with momentum now. That's what you're doing. When you are participating with all these weak hands, you can't be using the big time frames. You just can't. You are now participating with people who are non-believers. They're just coming in, green candles. Yeah, they got a lot of money, man. They're going to smack it hard. They're not going to think twice. And they're going to feel more confident to do it. They're not going to leave limit orders because things going up. So now you get to see what happens. These are momentum drives, momentum drifts. It would be just like, friends, if Bitcoin went to 80K and everyone's looking at monthly charts and they're trying to draw like another monthly chart to 200,000, but you're on, instead of a monthly chart for Bitcoin, you go down to the daily chart. You see, you go down. You go to the quicker time frames. And you look at the daily chart and there might be like a big positive news for Bitcoin at the top, and you're looking at the daily and you're like, wait a minute, this one's red. This happened recently with the Bitcoin spot ETF. Let me show you. This is the weekly chart for Bitcoin, but if you go to the daily, friends, this is what happened. The Bitcoin ETF launch, you see that red candle here? See right here? The Bitcoin ETF launched, and then it was a red candle. And I made videos. I told you, I go, guys, these are the reversal points. I told this to you. I said, well, the reversal points, because the news was really good. Why did you finish down at this extreme point? And this is the polar opposite of what happened in 2022 when inflation hit 9.2% for the US. CPI ticked up 9.2%. The stock market flashed down and then finished 3.5% up. You see? So that's the opposite. That's like, wait a minute, there was super bad news. Why did you have a green finish on the day? All right. Now you can't do this in the middle of ranges. You can only do it at extreme points. And they're going to be fast and aggressive and no one's paying attention to them. It's because the trend has been going down for so long. People have too much fear at the bottoms, and the trend's been going up for so much. For example, in Bitcoin, everybody was drunk on euphoria. Everyone was like, that's why, complacent, right? They're saying, well, I don't need to worry about that red candle because I've watched Bitcoin go from 28,700 all the way up here. So when this red candle comes, they're like, I don't need to worry about that. Look how high we are, okay? And then people start to just worry down here, and then we go back up. So that's what I'm talking to you about when it comes to trying to mitigate risk, navigating these altcoins. Because, friends, many people will say, look, of course, they'll say stake your hex, don't touch these things. Yeah, they're going to say that. But I know what you're going to do. I know you're going to see some big, juicy scams pumping. This is how you practice, friends. This is like wearing contraception, okay? This is wrapping your witty. This is what it is, okay? Your bullet size is small because you've already done the hard work. And if you are participating and stuff like that, you drop your time frames going lower and lower and at least use a super trend. So at least you save yourself the mental anguish. Yeah, it's not going to be nice. Something ticks up. Let's say you put $2,000 into a coin and then it like goes up like a 5x for you. You bought momentum through the high. It goes up a 5x. Now it's up to 10 grand. But by the time it reverses on the 4-hour chart, you're back down to like 5K. That's a 50% drop from the top. At least you are able to get out and free yourself and then look for the next opportunity. Other people are going to be watching that minus 50% turn into minus 70% a month later and then minus 80% a month later. And that's a long time, man. That's long. That's 60 days they're in pain, but those are 60 days you were looking for the next opportunity. Make sure you like, subscribe, bell button. I am wearing a Pikachu hat. Tell mom and dad you love them. Catch you soon.